performance that the Williams has, and that will be a combination of a very good engine, a particularly powerful Cosworth, and of course, more importantly and more effect on straight line speed, the aerodynamics of the car itself, and that's entirely down to Patrick Head, of course, and his team of designers.
The engine, on the other hand, is down to John Judd, because last year the Williams team spent a lot of their own money on developing a special camshaft for that Ford DFB engine, which is now actually being used by some of the other teams as well, and it really seems to work. In third position, number 30, Alan Jones, who doesn't seem to be suffering any effects that show in his driving from that hip of his. He had a lot of pain at Long Beach and had to withdraw, but he's keeping going. He's 20 seconds behind now in the plain white unsponsored Arrows, and it's down to courage, I think, now, because Keke Rosberg has undoubtedly got the advantage. His engine will have no more power than that of Danny Sullivan, and they're approaching Clearways and Clark Curve now, and then they will cross the line to complete their 37th lap, leaving 3 more. I'm watching now to see the pit boards go out, to see what sort of signals the Williams team leader Keke Rosberg and the Tyrrell. And I don't think Danny Sullivan needs telling anything except what lap he's on. He knows where he is, second place, he knows who's in front of him, and he knows exactly what he's got to do. The question is, can he do it? Lap 38. This circuit is 2.61 miles long, and the gap is down to about 0.2 of a second only.
The problem for Sullivan is that out of this corner here, you see, being a left-hander, it's the grip comes from Rosberg's right-hand rear, which of course isn't damaged, so he's quicker relatively through that one, where he's getting the best, where Sullivan would have the best chance with the long straight. So it's a tricky situation for Danny Sullivan there.
Frank Williams, the Williams team owner and leader, is regarding this race as being as important as a Grand Prix. He says, I am here to win. Keke Rosberg only knows one way to drive, and that is to win, and he's certainly showing it. Coming now to complete lap 38 in this 40-lap race, just the 39th and 40th laps to go. It's still Jones in third position, 23 seconds behind, over the line into paddock now on lap, and there is the battle between Brian Hinton. Brian Hinton there is being caught by Raoul Bussell. Hinton in fourth position, Raoul Bussell in fifth place. In sixth position behind them now is the Frenchman Schlesser, and there is the Brian Hinton. Magnificent race he's driven. Sullivan and Hinton really must get top marks with Keke Rosberg for magnificent and very, very determined racing in this race of champions. We are on lap 39. Over the line goes Hinton, and the gap between Hinton and Bussell is now 1.05 seconds. It's getting just as close for fourth position as it is for the lead. And there is the battle for the lead. I remind you that this is the last lap but one. When they go across the line at the end of this, the 39th lap, if Sullivan has got anything left, then will be the time for him to produce it.
Yes, I think he's looked long and hard. I think Rosberg really has the measure of him now. If he can just limp it round another lap, make no mistakes, Rosberg knows he'll be making a big effort, but he'll knows all he's got to do is keep his slate clean. Now, he's going to go up the inside all the way up to Druid's corner, and Sullivan's come out very quickly, but you see Rosberg move straight over to the inside. Sullivan's having a look, and Rosberg has been particularly slow around Druid's.
Now Sullivan is on the inside, but he drops back.
Rosberg lent on him there. He used the full width of the road quite justifiably to push Sullivan out. Sullivan quite correctly had to back off and did so to avoid the accident, and that really looks like it now. I think Rosberg's got it sewn up. Because of that, Sullivan played his card at Druids, and he's now got a gap as a result of that failure, and I don't think he'll catch Rosberg now.
You have to take your hat off to Keke Rosberg, and my goodness how he's trying. He just looks in his mirror again. You'd think he'd got all day to win this race.
certainly. Yes, another tremendous performance from Rosberg in the most difficult circumstances. But Sullivan isn't beaten yet. He's still getting back on his tail, looking to have a go somewhere, looking to force a mistake.
Down to clearways for the last time, the 40th time. Now Rosberg surely has got the lead that he needs over Danny Sullivan to take the checkered flag and the second Formula One victory in his career, and they crowd to the pit wall, the Williams team, and give him the acclamation that he deserves, as do the Benetton Tyrrell mechanics and Ken Tyrrell himself for Danny Sullivan. And look at that, Alan Jones coming through in third position. Well, Alan has joined Keke Rosberg and has joined Danny Sullivan and Brian Hinton as giving absolutely superb performances in this race of champions. He finishes in third place. Now, who is going to get that fourth place? Is it going to be Brian Hinton? They're coming out of clearways now. There are Hinton and Bursell absolutely together, and Hinton takes it. Brian Hinton. Well, it's difficult to find the words to say just how good a drive Brian Hinton has had, and Raoul Bursell's got nothing to be ashamed about either, as Jean-Louis Schlesser finishes in sixth position. A race of champions that we will remember for a long time, the 14th in the series, won by